Series of 1928 $1 bill. The series of 1928 was the first issue of small-size currency printed and released by the U.S. government. These notes were the first standardized notes in terms of design and characteristics, featuring similar portraits. These notes were also the first to measure 6.14 inches by 2.61 inches, quite a bit smaller than the large-sized sometimes called blanket notes predecessors of Series 1923 and earlier that measured 7.4218 inches by 3.125 inches. 1928 is the only year for which you can find a small-size $1 bill that has a red seal. The red seal denotes that the dollar bill is a legal tender note, also called a United States note. 1928 $1 red seal notes are very popular. The story of the 1928 is a strange one, and does not make a lot of sense. All 1928 red seal dollar bills say series of 1928 on them. But, they were not printed until 1933. Also, the 1928 $1 red seals did not get released for circulation until late 1948. They were finally released into circulation in Puerto Rico. Many low serial number, choice uncirculated, red seal $1 bills exist today. A collector can buy a heavily circulated 1928 red seal one for around $50. Uncirculated notes start at around $200 and go up from there based on their centering. There is a large number of high-grade 1928 $1 legal tender notes known to exist. The first 4,000 notes issued were saved, along with a few packs of 100 consecutive notes. In fact, consecutive packs of 100 are occasionally still found intact. The 1928 $1 red seal was only a one-year design and the note is very distinctive and collectible. We know that 1,872,012 notes were printed. All of these notes were printed in Washington, D.C. and they are all signed by W. Woods as the Treasurer of the United States and W. H. Wooden as Secretary of the Treasury. The back of all 1928 $1 red seals feature the Funnyback design. In addition to the photo of George Washington and a red seal, each 1928 $1 legal tender note also says, "This note is a legal tender at its face value for all debts public and private except duties on imports and interest on the public debt. United States note the United States of America Washington will pay to the bearer on demand $1. Star notes were also printed for the 1928 $1 legal tender series, but they are quite rare. Star notes. There are about 24 extremely high-grade 1928 $1 red seal star notes known to exist. A star note from this uncirculated run will start at $15,000. Some 1928 $1 star notes tend to be very low grade. A heavily circulated 1928 red seal $1 star note can be bought for less than $2,000 when they can be found. There were about 8,000 1928 $1 star notes printed